Hello, and welcome to your MES e-lesson. I'm Claire. Today, you're going to learn the what, the how, and the when of asking be past plus adjective questions. Let's start with what. What are these questions used for? They are used to ask about past facts. For example, were you wild? Good. Now let's learn how. How do you use these questions? First, know how to conjugate be past. If you want to ask about yourself, please repeat, was I? If you want to ask about me, were you? If you want to ask about Tom, was Tom? If you want to ask about Amy, was Amy? If you want to ask about us, were we? If you want to ask about them, were they? It's very important to memorize this conjugation fluently before you start practicing Video B. Next, study your vocabulary. For example, were you crabby, unusual, gifted? Finally, to build a more specific question, you can use a time reference. For example, were you popular last week, yesterday, 2 years ago? Or a prepositional phrase. For example, were you popular with the ladies, in high school, during college? Remember, we use time references to talk about time. Prepositional phrases can be used as adjectives or adverbs and are often locators. So, finally, when do you use these questions? You use them to find out more about people. For example, were you gorgeous? Were you affluent? Were you legendary? Or personalities. For example, were you silent? Were you bold? Were you tough? Or emotions. For example, were you cold? Were you peaceful? Were you disgusted? Excellent. Now, let's review. First, what are be past plus adjective questions used for? They are used for asking about past facts. Second, how do you use these questions? You use them by knowing the conjugation of be past and building a more specific question with the vocabulary. Third, when do you use these questions? You use them to learn more about people, their personalities, and their emotions. Well done. Let's move on to Video B to really practice making your own questions. Remember to keep on reviewing your vocabulary. I'm Claire, and I'll see you back here soon.